Welcome inside the hot seat. It's another program for you presented by the National Alliance. I am Joanne Lewis. Today I'll be interviewing candidate number 16 on the National Alliance slate. I'm talking about Travis Mcquilkin. Travis, welcome to the program.
Nice to have you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Tell us, who is Travis Mcquilkin?
Okay, well, of course, everyone know me as Travis Mcquilkin, but the official name is Nicaro Orlando Travis Mcquilkin.
So that's going to be on the ballot.
That will be on the ballot,
So
yes.
make sure you tell the people.
It's Nicaro Orlando Travis Mcquilkin. Remember that. Vote for number 16.
Okay, so who is?
Okay, well, of course, I went to somewhere to Milton Peters College, and then a few years later, I went to St. Martin Academy. In 2000, I went on to the Netherlands, and I got a bachelor's degree in business administration and management. Thereafter, I came back to St. Martin, where I started teaching, and I've been there for the past 11 years of my life. It's been quite a wonderful experience.
Something struck me there. You said you got a degree in business administration.
Right.
But you are teaching.
Right.
How come?
You know, you always hear the complaints from different people that they come back to St. Martin with a degree, and you hear everyone say, you know what, you're overqualified or there's no jobs available, but yet you see somebody else get the same job afterwards.
Right.
I fell in that situation where I applied for jobs and I would get that you're overqualified. And the weird thing is with that is they would say the requirements are that you need a bachelor's degree. But when you apply, you're either overqualified or there's no jobs available. So at the end of the day, I end up getting a job teaching, where I of course, have been there for the past 11 years. And I've grown to love the occupation of teaching. And also I've grown to accept some of the pains of teaching as well, because you see some of the problems that students go through and parents go through while they try to educate their children.
Travis, something would have prompted you to get into the political arena, to be a servant of this country. Something, because it's the first time you're on a slate.
Right.
What it is?
I can tell you one thing. Well, I can tell you there's actually a lot of reasons. As a young person coming back to St. Martin, I came back with ambition to not just, okay, if I can't get a job in a company, I can probably teach, and from teach, I can do a business on the side. But, you know, when what you realize is it's very difficult to start a business, especially when you don't have any funds. The banks don't want to give any loans. So at the end of the day, I realized, you know what, I'm seeing the pains of what a business person has been going through. And not just that, while teaching, I realized when I listen to the pains that these students are encountering on a daily basis, you say to yourself, what can be done? I'm also a mentor, so I also have to counsel these kids.
Right.
Now, while counseling these kids, I realize some of the issues lie with government.
Yes.
They're not doing things in the right way to ensure that these kids are safe and they're in a proper environment where they can learn. So at some point in time, you know, you said, you know what, instead of giving all these advice, it's time to jump in the arena and make that difference in Parliament.
So you're telling me, once you get in,
yes,
that's what you're going to be championing?
That's one of the areas.
One of the issues.
Yes. I think what we need here in St. Martin is opportunity for young people like myself to make it, we can grow, we can start our own business, we can take care of our family. Most of us still probably live in apartments because we can't even get a piece of land, or or basically we live with our parents. So at the end of the day, you know, you feel as if like there's no opportunity for the young ones to make it. And then we're talking about taxes too. When you start a business and you get hit with all these sort of taxes, you ask yourself, how can you make it? I've met guys with creative and really wonderful ideas, but at the end of the day, they don't know how to start, or they don't have the funds to probably get this going. Just a small development bank for young people who want to start something. I think that needs to be instituted here in St. Martin.
Travis, yes, you're in the campaign mode right now. When you go out there campaigning, what are some of the things people are telling you on the campaign trail?
Every person, sorry, I can't say every person, but a lot of the persons and the young people who I talk to are telling me that they're fed up. Most people are saying that they're not going to vote this year.
Yes.
And I'm saying to myself, you know what? I felt the same thing. the same feeling. Actually, I do have the same feeling, and that's one of the reasons why I joined. Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna say that you're not gonna vote, your vote will go somewhere,
Right.
and which means you did not have a choice. And if you were born here in St. Martin, or if you have that Dutch passport, you have a choice to make a difference right now in society by just going out there on September 26th and just put your vote somewhere. But do not say, I'm not going to vote because I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, so I decided to go in a place where I can alleviate the problems that we have.
We have about 8 different parties running in this election.
Right.
So you know how many candidates, over 100 candidates.
Right.
Why would I look at number 16 on the alliance slate to vote for? Give me a good reason, or give the viewers a reason why.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You're looking at a young, energetic person who can make a difference. You can consider me a pit bull. If you come to me with your problems, I can guarantee you I will get it to Parliament and make sure that they have to make a decision, even if we have to amend a law so you can have a proper and living environment. I know the struggles because I'm one of those persons who have encountered problems. I've been victimized at the same time. So at the end of the day, if you want to get somebody on your side who can empathize with you, you can talk to me, because believe you me, they will have to change something.
If you are elected, that was powerful. You had me in a trance there for a minute.
Sorry.
You're talking from the heart. You're very passionate about what
look,
you're doing.
At the end of the day, I'm a person who does be out there, and I listen to the young, the old. I hear about the problem with pension. I hear about problems starting a business. I hear about problems with kids who have social issues. At what point do you say, you know what? Join and do something? At what point do you say it's enough? At what point do you say, you know what? Are you going to just be an heir to these problems, or are you going to be a solution? I consider myself to be a solution. Yes, I'm young. Yes, I may not know all the workings of government, but we're never too young to learn how to make a difference. And the reason why National Alliance is one of the best parties to be on, we have a mixture of grassroots individuals who can teach the young people how to do it. And I'm one of them who is young and yearning to learn more.
Wow. You have me spellbound.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only speaking from my heart because I know the problems that a lot of people are going through. And I think at some point in time, you can say, I'm not going to vote, but who are you really fooling? Who's going to benefit with the fact that you're not going to vote? Only you're going to feel that.
But, well, I mean, what you going to tell them to have them get out of that? Because that's the talk.
I think...
I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote. You ask them why. Have you been asking why are you not going to vote?
The thing is, I don't have to ask them why they're not going to vote, because I understand why they're not voting.
Oh, you understand
I understand. But at the end of the day, it's your democratic right. You have one opportunity to tell the government, or whichever government, yes, I like what you're doing. No, I don't like what you're doing. But if you're going to sit outside and complain and complain and complain, then you don't have a voice.
Yeah.
You're going to sit home in that dark place of your house, going through that problems in your life, and realizing that vote that you didn't cast just gone to anywhere.
I don't know what else I can ask you, because you're so passionate about what you've spoken about.
Right.
I mean, we get an idea of what it is you're championing.
Right.
You're ready. You seem geared up.
Yeah.
You have a great campaign team with you.
Yes.
Great support.
Yes.
So you're ready for September 26th.
And the thing is, it's not about just being ready. It's just that, just like how the audience feel tired of the nonsense, tired of not being heard, tired of being victimized, tired of going through certain issues, and you're going to government and you're not getting certain help. I'm tired of all those things. I'm tired of hearing that, you know, we have parliamentarians who are there currently and not making real laws to better St. Martin. I think if you go into Parliament and you're getting salary, I think you owe it to the St. Martin people to make a change that will better their life. And if you hear, imagine, I'll give an example. I met this elderly lady, and she was getting 250 guilders. I don't know the specifics behind the case, but imagine this person is getting 250 guilders every month. And she told me, you know what, that money used up already. So she's 70 years old, and she's working, cleaning, and doing different things. So what happens then? Then you realize that she's taking up a space for a younger person. So then you have a problem. How can you survive with 250 guilders? How can you survive with 1,000 guilders? And
But
don't forget to take out taxes from that money.
Definitely.
So how do you survive?
Did you ask her how she survives on 250?
Basically, she depends on doing odd jobs at age 70 years.
Age 70.
I mean, there's people in the Samaritan home. I even feel for them too. You know what I mean? I mean, these people contribute to the way Samaritan is right now. They deserve a lot more than 1,000 guilders.
Do you have a plan for the seniors?
To be honest with you, I'm a new candidate, and I think it will take a lot more research to find out the solution. I'm only hearing the problems, but as I just enter into the race, it will take me some time to find a solution. But believe you me, if there is a solution, it will be found.
If elected, then the first priority would be education.
One of my first priorities would be education, but you have to understand too, there are other areas that needs to be tackled as well.
So besides education, what you're going to be looking at?
I'm looking at the economy.
The economy.
I can give another example with the economy. I just called a hotel, and when I call a hotel, I'm talking to a Dutch guy in Mexico. Wow. And he's talking on behalf of the hotel here on St. Martin. I'm saying, why can't we have those same representatives here on St. Martin? Why can't we utilize people from all the schools, all the young people who are on the road who need a job? I mean, we have enough companies here on St. Martin that needs administrative support. Why do you have to call and get Curacao? Why do you have to call and get Mexico? Why do you have to call and get Indonesia? Why can't we Samaritaners do that same job?
But people say, I've been hearing it over and over, I'm part of the population too, and you would hear people saying, we talk like this when we want to get in there. But when we get in there, we act like them.
Well, and that's why I always tell people, I would rather people who know me to vote for me. Why? I'm a pit bull. When I hold on to a particular topic, it's hard for me to let go until I get a solution.
Right.
And that's one reason why I decided to join the election. Because if topics are brought to me, I want to know I leave that room with these solutions or solutions to these problems. So yes, when you bring your problems to me, it might, that's wrong. It has to be solved. It have to be solved. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense that I'm in Parliament.
But remember, you can't do it alone.
Of course not. But at the end of the day, I know I always seek counsel from my elders and from people who are more experienced than myself, especially with the National Alliance. We have Mr. Marlin, we have Sylvia Jacobs, we have Mr. Richard Gibson, we have all of us who can guide me through that process and teach me and maybe even make me realize there's certain things that you have to look at before making certain decisions. So as a team, I'm pretty sure looking at what we have accomplished just far, we will get a lot accomplished.
How do you feel about your party as opposed to the other?
Excited. Since I joined National Alliance, I feel like my life has changed somewhat, because you feel like you are wrong knowledge.
Yes. And
not just knowledge, you're wrong energy. And you've seen a lot of things has been done, and people can say what they want from the outside. But at the end of the day, when you wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and you drive down the road from St. Peter's, go straight down, and you see work going on, I was so proud when I drove by the Pigeon, not the Pigeon Coop, I'm so sorry, the new government building in the next few weeks, that those people, the Council of Ministers will be moving into the government building for the first time. That's quite an accomplishment. Why did it take so long for the other parties who was in control at that time to get it done? Why wasn't it done? Less than 9 months, we have a building that's prepared with parking lots for people to use. Over 600 people will be replaced and put right in the government building to let the people outside know that we're not wasting money. Because at the end of those money could be used to help those kids who have problems, who have social issues. Books and technology needs to be bought.
Well, Travis, you are so energetic, you're dynamic, and you have a lot of energy behind you. I hope that you would continue with that enthusiasm as you get closer to the elections, because sometimes you find that you start off hot and then, not you in particular, you in general, and then as it gets closer to the election, you start to tire, because the race is on and the heat is on.
I'll tell you this much. I don't think it's going to die down, because for a young person, to get into Parliament is not just a personal accomplishment for myself, but for the people who know me, who have talked to me about the issue. They now know that they have a representative who can bring issues to the forefront. And I can tell you that this much: if it's not dealt with, you can deal with me however you can.
Well, I think this is a very, very good line to end on. Travis, it was really nice having you here inside the hot seat. The seat is burning hot. I am feeling the heat. So it was a pleasure interviewing you, and I want to wish you all the best for the upcoming elections.
Right.
And once again, tell the general public who you are and what number to look for you on the list.
My name once again is Ricardo Orlando Travis Mcquilkin. I'm number 16. Remember, Sweet 16 on the National Alliance slate. Vote for me, vote for accomplishment, vote for progress, and vote for success.
Well, folks, there you have it. Another program in the hot seat, and you got some vital information from another young, dynamic candidate, number 16 on the National Alliance slate. I am Joanne Lewis, and it was a pleasure being here to inform you once more. Until then, bye.